as I say, she works more than I do. Me and my gray wig. I did a Harlequin, and it's on some YouTube station. They made like over 2 million hits, playing the neighbor, Mrs. Somebody, Emerson or something. I forgot. Where I have a crush on the Joker. I said, "Hello, Holly." You know, she's just a cute little old lady. And I have a callback for a Big Lots commercial tomorrow. Wish me luck. So as far as work goes, the one area that I thought I was starting in was sitcoms, or movie shows like Breaking Bad. I mean, look what happened to Brian. Brian was a monster on Power Rangers. That's how he started. I used to be in the booth with him doing commercial auditions at our agents. And now he's like Walter White, Breaking Bad, and my God, what a phenomenal career and what a talented actor. So before I croak, and I hope it's not soon, I would love to do something on camera where I can show my skills as a full-fledged actress, body, and a whole 411 of me. So here.
I think you'd be good on Wayward Daughters. The
Yeah.
supernatural spin-off.
Okay.
You'd be awesome.
I mean, I went up for Transparent as Jeff Tambor's sister, but he's like 6'2" or something. They asked me how tall I was. They always say, "How tall are you?" And I said, 5'11". And then I said, 4'11", and they laughed. But they gave it to somebody who was taller. So, there's that height thing. There's the age thing. I don't have enough credits on camera. But as far as voiceover, I would love to be on some new cartoon series that's really good, funny. Not too edgy, not too nasty. I love South Park, but maybe something a little bit more like The Simpsons or something.
Simpsons.
That would be nice.
I love The Simpsons.
Would you do Family Guy?
I'd love to do Family Guy.
Or
I'd
Bob's.
love to do all of them. I did the crazy one, the dog one. It's on my resume too.
Brian?
Dog one, let me see.
Mr. Pickles.
Oh, yeah.
You're Mr.
I'm in Mr. Pickles. I'm Agnes. I show up as Steve takes off his mask, and it's Agnes, the mother, the
Wait,
grandmother.
okay. It says here you're Steve the Gimp.
Yes, Steve the Gimp. I'm Steve the Gimp. But I'm not, I'm Ethel. Ethel? Agnes.
This is.
And the guys are great who wrote that, but it's a little too raunchy for me.
So you're not able to go through a whole episode? Like of Mr. Pickles?
I was in the last season 2, the last episode, and I think I'm in the first episode of season 3 whenever that shows up.
But when you watch it, you're like, no, I can't.
I cringe a little. I'm also on Eric Andre's show as Mrs. Santa, and that's another cringe-worthy job I do.
Does your son watch Power Rangers?
He was crazy about Power Rangers as a kid. He's going to be 30, so he grew up on Power Rangers, but as I said, he didn't like me doing the voice. In fact, when he did show and tell at school, he said, "Don't do the voice." And we brought in the lizard, and we brought in the cat, and he talked about his animals and and I said, "I won't do the voice," and he said, "Any questions?" And somebody raised their hand and said, "Could your mom do the voice?" Of Rita. So he looked at me and went, "Go ahead." Because the kids on the playground would go, "Rita, Rita, it's Rita." And they would pretend to be, the Power Rangers, and I'd go, "Leave me alone." And my son was like this, like he would put up with it, The kid of the person is never excited about it.
Can you handle watching an episode if you hearing yourself, or does that bother you sometimes?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's my past. It's like people say, "Oh, I grew up with you," and I said, "I grew up with me too."
True that.
I also see here you're wearing this in Castle in the Sky.
Yeah, that's way back.
As Pasu and also Kiki's Delivery Service as
Kiki's
Kiki's
Delivery
mom.
Service, I was one of the moms, they did a bunch
You were
of different
Kiki's
ones.
mom. You were
Kiki's mom, yeah.
Yes.
Katie the Caterpillar, Unico the Unicorn.
Cowboy Bebop the movie, old woman. That's what it says here.
Which one?
Cowboy Bebop the movie. You're an old woman.
Cowboy Bebop, I was the pet store owner.
That was in this cartoon, but this is the movie. The movie you were
The movie I
you were
was
an
a
old woman.
Just an old woman. It's funny, with people who don't know me, I still do the kid voices. People who know me go give me the old woman. Because they grew up with me too, you know.
I see also Akira.
Akira, yes, Akira. Yes.
As Lady Chio, what was the funnest part about playing Lady Chio, or what was the hardest part about playing Lady Chio?
The funnest part was the fact that they kept bringing her back. I would do my death scene and they'd say, you have to do it again. It's like, gee, this woman ain't going anywhere. That's cool. Cha-ching, I made another payment for my mortgage.
Ronan Kenshin.
Well, there's no hard thing about that. There's, be nice to be that if we could all work together, but, you know, it's you and the mic and the you know, television in front of you. But just to be part of something that is of value and people really, you know, care about it, it makes you proud to, you know, have your name on that.
What does your son think of voicing a character for Mr. Pickles?
Oh. My son is he's, you know, he's used to this stuff by now, and he says, Ma, you know, I'm not going to watch it, you know that. I said, I know that. I mean, I did McCain Granny, which was Mick Granny, it's on YouTube, during the Obama administration. I mean, I will say, sorry, Texas, but I'm a liberal. Yeah, okay, so, yeah. So during the first election, there was a song called The Obama Girl, and she was a sexy woman, and she sang, I've Got a Crush on Obama, and oh, lots of hits on it, and it was a specific song, and I did a spoof on it with the gray wig as McCain Granny, singing, I wanna get it on with McCain, and it won Best of Funny or Die. It's still on YouTube somewhere. But I do a thing where I'm wearing a thong that says, with a diaper. It's tame, but my son, poor son, but it says McCain on the thong, but then there's a big fat diaper underneath the thong, and it's Granny. It's, you know, and, you know, he's like, and then I have a thing where I'm doing a thing with a pole, but it's a pole that has, you know, the saline solution on it, the hanging Granny hospital pole. And I'm singing, I want to get it out of me. And I have a thing where I'm also doing can't breathe, you know, one of those asthma things, inhalers. It's funny, but yeah, he has to put up with a lot being bet on his mother. He'll always say, Mom, lower your voice, talking too loud. He also says I'm more of a millennial than he is, because I'm texting all the time. Love him dearly.
Yeah, who's your son?
He's my son, my pride and joy.
Quick question. Out of all the voices that you've done, which one has been like your most favorite one?
Oh, that's so tough. That's like out of all the meals you've had, which has been your favorite meal? Of course, all of the big ones that people acknowledge, Rita and Granny Chio and Mother Townsend. I'd say that there's a show on Fredbot called Cloud Bread, and it's for little ones. It's it was nominated for an international Emmy, and it's great if you have any little kids because it was from Korea originally, and Mona Marshall, who's on South Park. She played one of the cats, and Wendy Lee plays the cat. She does a lot of voice work. And we worked together, Kirk Thornton and I. It was just the four of us. And we took over all the characters of this little series and worked on it for 3 years. And I played Wooly. Wooly's a little sheep. He's very shy. And Ruiz was a very poetic little fox. Ruiz the fox. And the grannies and the teacher Ellie, who's very sweet as the teacher. And it teaches lessons. And these cats, but it's a weird little thing because the cats eat bread and then they can fly. So if you have any little ones, it's really sweet and it gives you good lessons for the kids. And you'll see a bunch of your favorite voice actors doing Cloud Bread. So I was very proud to be part of that. Hi.
I'm also sad that Clone Wars got canceled.
Yeah.
It's such a great show, and thank you for providing your work on the show with other topics.
It was fun.
Thank you.
My question is, what is your favorite thing about coming to these conventions?
That's a really great question. A lot of it is hearing what people have to say to me because, you don't have an idea of what you get. You're in a studio, you're in a booth, and people are affected by stuff. I've heard that Power Rangers has helped people with autism, and that's just wonderfully fulfilling because, you want to think that you matter, that you have something that, give back to people. And that kids that were, very wild would calm down watching the show. I've heard that. I've heard that other kids would, go into the army or something, want to I'm not, I am a bit of a pacifist, but at the same time, I respect the fact that other people are moved to do something that speaks to them, and to hear stuff like that is wonderful. And being acknowledged and I wish I didn't have to charge. I don't like doing that. I really don't. But I'm not being given an appearance fee. So this is the way it works. But to see people be pleased, even though they're giving over their hard-earned money, and that they're happy when they get a shout out, it's like I don't feel so guilty about charging. And it's to see different ways of life, to go to another, city and see where people are at in this town. Of course, I stay in the convention most of the time. I don't get to go out. But I love meeting people. I mean, that's why I became an actor, because I wanted to create community in my own life. So it's just a win-win,
Your first time here in South Texas?
It's the first time here in McAllen, yeah. I've been in Houston, I've been in Dallas, I've been in San Antonio, a couple of other places. But, yeah, and the people here are so lovely and so, welcoming.
But we have 2 more minutes left.
I have 2 more minutes. Yes?
I love your part in how you put in a strange deal, but this is a question that I would love to ask. What would you give it? Yeah, I've seen, but there's
Well, I can't hear you.
big finish. I know it's hard to believe, but eventually you're going to
What would be my big finish? I'm not ready to croak yet. What is my dream?
love to do before you finish.
Finish in the business. Kind of answered that, but I'd love to do more on camera and maybe a film. Really like legitimate. I mean, not that the independent films aren't legitimate, but more of a high-powered film. I'd love to do a cameo in the next Power Ranger movie. I would love that Mother Taliesin came back in Rebels somehow. Or that I find a real series, I said it before, that a real good cartoon series that lasts a long time, like I don't know, Family Guy or a King of the Road, something like that. And just, you know, maybe do some theater pieces, do another really good play. Because I do plays like Miley does, you know, but not that often. I don't intend to be one of those that leave, you know. I'll probably like be one of, oh, she died on stage, or, you know, she was in the booth and there, boom, she just fell over. Because it's not a job for me. It's not, there's no reason for me to retire. This is too, you know, this is so much a part of who I am. Yes, my passion. So to stop my passion would be depressing for me. That's it. And thank you guys. I mean, thank you so much.
Have a safe trip home. Have a safe trip home.
Say thank you. And I'd love to come back. It's great to be here. You are terrific.